So there's a new movie that came out, and it's called Young Washington by Angel Studios. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, I would highly recommend that you check it out. It's an amazing movie, and it actually shows the persistence of young men back in the days who started to have a vision and an idea for a new country, and that was the country of the United States that became free from England and was able to declare independence. So it's a great movie to watch, but more than that, I wanted to get into the topic of today's video. And the video is, we are closer than ever we have been before with Alberta Independence and being free. And I think that movie really is a great movie to kind of watch and realize that, back then people had to fight for independence. And, sometimes we still have to do that. We still have to be prepared to do that. However, on October 19th, we're actually going to have a vote. And on that vote, we'll actually have two choices among with other choices, but two main choices. Option one is nothing will change, everything will remain the same. But option two is to start the process for Alberta to be free and to leave Canada. And that option is just exciting. That option actually puts the future in our hands, in the regular people, the working class people, people of Alberta, who actually can get to decide what's going to happen with the future of Alberta. And I do believe we will see more than we expect people to vote option two. Walking around here today, I've noticed there are cars with Alberta stickers on them, Republic of Alberta stickers. I've noticed cars driving around with Alberta flags. And I've seen this more and more in the recent months, and as we gear up and we start to prepare ourselves for October 19th, it's really exciting. This is a really true opportunity that we get to have our voice heard, and if Alberta does actually leave Canada, it would be a great nation. It'd be a nation filled with opportunity, not for our generation, but definitely for our kids' generation and grandkids. We might not see the full benefits right away, but who will see the benefits? Our grandkids, our future generations of Albertans and their families that they're trying to raise. And at the end of the day, that's what's most important. Obviously we always want what's best for our current families and our current situation, but we always have to think about the future. Think about the future of Alberta. And if Alberta stays in Canada, again, nothing will change. Things will go up. Things get worse. Higher taxes, higher prices, more inflation, harder cost of living, more rules and more laws by the feds, and it's going to become a lot more difficult for regular working class Albertans to be able to prosper. So this is where this is an opportunity where they're putting this vote in our hands, and we actually get to decide. And this is a message to all the young people out there. You really have the decision to make. You really have you really are the future, the future of Albertans, and your kids will be the future of Albertans. And this message really impact you more than the old people will, because they're not going to last too much longer, and they might not see the benefits of everything. But if you think about it, our generation and the next generation of Albertans will be able to see the benefits if they continue to live here, and if Alberta does become free and it does become independent. And we can really probably see that in a few years. Maybe in the first year even, we might even see some major benefits for people who actually live here. More affordable living, lower houses prices, less immigration, and just more free, kind of back to how things used to be in Canada back in the early 2000s. And that was a time when Canada was a much better place. We were at a much better point in life, and I think it was really obtainable for people to have a family and have a house and raise kids in the way that God intended. And we've seen the decline of Canada. We've seen the decline of this country, and Alberta is kind of one of the last remnants that we still have, and we can still see that there is a future here. And there is still a future here no matter what, but I would say that Alberta Independence will help definitely elevate that to the next level, because we'll just be able to control our own destiny rather than Ottawa having to control it for us. So if you're on the edge or you're not really sure where to vote, you're trying to think like, is this really going to make a change? Or is this really going to impact? Is my vote really going to matter? I would say yes. Every vote does matter, and every voice and every opinion does matter. You can stay in the culture and follow what everyone's doing, or you can actually be part of something bigger and be part of something better, and be part of the movement that helps set Alberta free. So that's my closing statement. I pray that you will choose the best option on October 19th, which is option 2, and you will choose freedom, and you will choose prosperity, and you will be able to really make an impact. Your voice, it matters. You matter, and this is an important moment. October 19th is not that far away. It's only a few months away, and we have a chance as young Albertans and people of Alberta to make that happen.